And so I'm gonna show you guys some of my tricks to finding a braider, hairstylist, curly hair specialist in your area. So I'm really happy with how Badger's hair turned out. There wasn't too much damage. I don't know if she will be getting braids anytime soon. I'm leaving it up to her, so she hasn't told me anything. Her hair did grow a little bit. She did have some new growth, and so I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I really love seeing her curls again because I love her curls. I will say though, it's now my turn because I am going to do something crazy with my hair. I haven't even told Drew yet. I think I'm going to color my hair. And I think I'm going to go for a very bold color. And I'm not going to be getting braids. So once I take these braids down, I'm not going to get braids for at least like a month or two. So we'll see how this goes. But you guys get to go with me tomorrow, and I'm going to do something crazy with my hair. Okay, so I took off my braids. It's all taken out, and I am here at the Curl Conqueror in Stone Mountain, Georgia. I'm really excited because I found them on TikTok. I feel like that's how you can find anyone these days, right? But I specifically looked up for like a curl specialist. I'm really excited. I'm going to do something huge and crazy. I think I'm gonna add color, see if they can do it. Hopefully they can. If they can't, that's no big deal. But I'm super excited, and I'm gonna do this. I'm adding color for the first time ever, like ever. Oh, I can. Okay, I'm just gonna calm down a little bit. Okay, so you guys, this looks so good. I really like it. I cut off 1 inch, and then I could stretch it out if I want, because of the shrinkage. Like, it's a lot shorter, but it's actually a lot longer. Like, I can show you, like, this is how much longer. So I may tomorrow, or like the day of when we go on our anniversary trip, I may try to stretch it out a little bit more with the blow dryer to get more long, like more stretch out curls. So far, I really like it. I love this place. Like, I love going to places where they tell you exactly what they're putting in your hair, and they tell you why they're putting it in your hair. She'll tell you like your RX card, and she'll tell you like everything that you need to be doing with your hair. So like home maintenance, any of the products that you should be putting, and then anything that is wrong with your hair that she noticed that you can kind of work on in between time. So I was really happy that she did this. I don't know if you guys can even see this, but I just loved how she was just willing to teach and like explain everything. And she's like, your hair is doing really good, your scalp is doing really good, your curls are all like reverting back, which I knew that they would because I've always tried to make sure I take care of my hair while they're in protective styles. It's not always the case. Anyway, I will talk about that later, but I really love to come here. I'm going to put her information in the description below. That way if you're interested in going to a curl specialist, or this particular one, you'll be able to go. But I think I may show you guys some of the ways that I'm able to find like different salons, because that is one of the questions I get most by adopted parents. Like, how are you able to find a braider? How can I find a good braider? Or how can I find a good salon for my black and brown children? And so I'm gonna show you guys some of the things that I do, so I'm able to find like a salon, especially when we move, because we moved, you guys know, we've moved at least 3 or 4 times in the last 3 years. And so I'm gonna show you guys what are the things that I do, how I'm able to find a good hairstylist. So I'm gonna drive home and then show Drew what we did today. Alrighty, so this is day 2 of my hair. I still like it. It still looks really good. I love it. I like it, and I haven't stretched it out yet. I don't know if I'm going to. Like, I just can't figure out if I want to, because I really do like how this is shaped, and if I stretch it out, it won't look like that. So we'll see. But I'm here because I promised y'all that I would show you how I'm always able to find like a natural hair stylist or curly hair specialist, a loctician, a braider even, whenever, like in my area or whenever I move. And so I'm gonna show you guys some of my tricks to finding a braider, hairstylist, curly hair specialist in your area. I will put it all here. So the first website that I usually look on, and I have two websites that I'm going to show you, and then other two platforms that I'm able to kind of use in conjunction to be able to find what I want. So the first website is Curly Me. It's CURLEEME. And this is one that one of you guys showed me years ago, because I showed some of my tricks on how, and they're like, do you know about Curly Me? And I like it a lot. What's really cool is you can put your city or zip code, and I'm just gonna swipe up, and you can, here, I'll just put like a city right now, and I'll put Atlanta, Georgia, and then you can find a bunch of like places. Here's a lot in Atlanta. Some of them have pictures, some of them don't. And a trick for that I usually do is if I see like that one that doesn't have a picture, like I will click on this one. This says Kia Lewis Natural Hair, Atlanta, Georgia. And then it doesn't have any pictures or anything really. And so what I would do is it says unverified. So I would just copy and paste right here. Then I would go to Instagram. So I would put right here. There we go. So we found Kia Lewis Natural Hair, and that's her page. And then now you can kind of go through her work, and you can see she does a lot of locking. If you were looking for someone for locks, now you have someone right here. So it kind of is a little bit of work, but you're able to find someone in your area. Let's like look for another one. Let's look at one that already does have pictures. It's a hair thing, and this one's in Atlanta, Georgia as well. She does diva cuts, and she's a licensed cosmetologist. So she does have pictures, and you can see some of her pictures right here. It shows you all the popular services that she has. It has her address. It has everything, what she accepts. And so here you can actually, same thing, I'd probably just copy and paste, put it in, and it's a Hair Thing LLC, and it's the one in Dunwoody, Georgia. And so now you can kind of see her work. Now it does take some work, but it's a lot easier this way because there's some other ways I'll show you. But this way has been my favorite. So that's the first website. It's just Curly Me. The second website is Black Curl Magic. And I know I've definitely for sure follow Black Curl Magic. But they have the same thing. If you go down, you can see all the certified hairstylists that they have. Oh, here we go. So here's one in Snellville, Georgia. We can click on her profile, and then Instagram and Pursuit of Goals, and then you can kind of see what kind of their work. And we'll keep searching to see if we can find somebody else. Show more. The only thing I don't like about this one is that you cannot just put in like Georgia like with the other one. But I do feel like they do a better job with like pictures and making sure everything's up to date. Like you definitely know like these people are currently doing hair, because sometimes you can, I think on the other one, Curly Me, sometimes I'll like put in a person and then look and realize like they're not even doing hair anymore or even in the area. So that's the only thing, like the difference that I see between the two pages. Like look, there's someone in Scotland. That's so cool. Look. Okay, hold on, we can find somebody. Okay, Norcross, Georgia. I've seen that place before. I've driven through there before. So we click on this one. Her salon is Culture Studio. And then you can kind of see her work. Alrighty, so those are the two websites that I usually would look for curl stylists in my area, and that should kind of give you like kind of a good like starting point. But another way that is like a tried and true as well is just going through TikTok and going through Instagram. And then I typically will write curl specialists, and then the city. And so I would write curl specialist Atlanta. So let's just do curl specialist in Atlanta. So this is where I went, the curl specialist, and you can kind of see like why I decided to go to her, because she had like a lot. That's one of the things that maybe think that to recognize is if they're very like consistent, if they're posted within the last week. Because if I found that no one had posted or even stories within the last day or two, or posted within the last week, then I felt like, one, they weren't really like there on social media, but two, then either it wasn't like their full-time job, or maybe they weren't as busy as other stylists, and then maybe they weren't like, they don't do as great of a job. And so as long as they're very consistent on posting on social media, that's one of the things that I do look for. This person, Curls by Zian, and so this is another person, and she's in Woodstock, Georgia. Now you could do the same thing on Instagram, same thing. And I just do curl specialist, but you can do, like I said, natural hair stylist, ATL, but you would put your city in there. So natural hair stylist, ATL, braider, ATL, knotless braider, ATL, kind of those things. You kind of have to play around. It'll be some research, you'll have to take some time, but you will be able to find someone. So let's just do knotless braids or braider. So she does it in her home, and that's something that you have to decide whether or not you're okay with. I typically don't like going into someone's home as a braider. I like to go into salons, but you find it a lot in the Black community that a lot of hairstylists do hair in their home, and so it's not bad. I just prefer to do it, like go to a salon. So there's no like right or wrong, it's just what you prefer. Like we'll do hashtags, actually let's do it that way. So hashtags right here, you go to that, and then braider, ATL, and so then you'll see a bunch, and then you'll just kind of go through. Here we go. Here's locks. And she posted this 1 day ago. Let's see what she posted 3 days ago. She does medium knotless braids. If you like how she braids and does hair, then you like looking at like, I like it, then you can book with her, and then you just have to kind of see how she books. I do the same thing on TikTok, and TikTok now is like a search engine. And so if you really are looking for something, you can find it, especially like a braider. I've found braiders that way. And I know for a lot of adoptive parents, it's like, man, I don't know what I'm looking for. Hopefully you have Black friends that can kind of show you what you're looking for, and kind of go from there. And then you can always look up reviews. Some of these salons and some of these hairstylists have reviews. And so I definitely will look at reviews. And hopefully that can help as well. So here's one right here, it's medium knotless braids. It's in February though, so let's see if she's posted anything sooner. 6 hours ago, and she did medium knotless braids. Here's another hairstyle. And so she seems like she's pretty consistent on social media. Hopefully you guys are able to find a hairstylist in your area, because even somewhere like Utah, I remember I lived in Utah for a couple months, and finding someone to be able to do my hair was like the worst. I remember I needed to get a relaxer, and like no one knew how to do one. Hopefully now, like from these two websites, Curly Me and Black Curl Magic, these stylists are usually vetted, and you know, like they know what they're doing. This is how I'm able to find it. Hopefully this helps someone else. If you guys have any tips on how you're able to find a hairstylist, leave them in the comments so you can help other people. I'm so glad that you guys were able to follow me as I got my hair done. I'm loving it, and now my hair is all good and done for our anniversary trip that we get to go on this weekend. We're going away for a couple days without the kiddos,